But this is basically the spicy version of the dumpling. And I'm gonna put more spice on it. Let's go. That is one of the best, probably the best laksa I've had in my life. Something else, a proper Indian breakfast would not be complete without is a proper desi chai. Joining me, as you can see, is the one and only.
So we quiz the cuisine.
This has literally got spinach integrated into the casing. I don't actually know what's inside, we're about to find out. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cuisine TV, where we quiz the cuisine, and I am so excited because we have just landed in Singapore. Behind me, we've got that legendary jungle waterfall jewel of this entire airport. It's incredible, but what's going to be more incredible is the food we are about to maul. This place is rich in history. For decades, there's been cultural mishmash and rapid scale development, but these people haven't forgotten about food. Joining me, as you can see, is the one and only.
So we quiz the cuisine.
This is where you say your name. And you know what? I don't think you'll be seeing him much more after that awful take. But the point still stands. We're going to be trying some incredible food. This is Cuisine in Singapore. Guys, just landed at our first food spot in Singapore and I'm bloody excited. You would have heard about the hawker store food cuisine cultural phenomenon that dominates much of the Singaporean street food culture. It's basically a compilation of different food stalls, usually in one space. That's the hawker experience. So we've come to one to try one of the most famous dishes in Southeast Asia, and that is the wonderful laksa. I mean, this is synonymous with Peranakan cuisine, which is basically cuisine in this part of the world, usually Malaysian, Singaporean, some Indonesian. It's one of their iconic dishes, and it's different actually across every establishment. Everyone has their own take on things. The one that we've come to today is called Sugei Road in Laksa. Apparently there's only one branch. It's the original proper heritage food that's been here for years, and this place is truly renowned. I mean, the queues to just sit down here are overwhelming. There's so many people coming here for lunch, and of course this is the reason for that. Unbelievable laksa stew. It's like a coconut infused broth, and then that broth is matched with like sometimes vermicelli noodles, sometimes thin noodles, udon noodles. In this case it's a very thin noodle, and then they actually serve this with bean sprouts, some fish cake, it's just some sort of white fish, and also cockles, which are of course a crustacean, and then on the side they've got this red sauce, which I think is some form of sambal. Enough chit chat, let's go. You guys know I absolutely love laksa, so this is going to be an experience, I can already tell. Here we go. Oh my word. It's so strange how in this humid climate, something like this, which is hot, dense, and actually quite flavoursome, can be so comforting, and yet it is. And yet it's refreshing. I don't know how that works, but I'm not complaining. I'm just going to try a little bit of the fish cake with the sambal now. Oh my word. That sauce is incredible. So good, so flavoursome. Let me get some of the cockles in. Cockles, as you expect, are kind of like mussels or clams. Very tasty. That is one of the best, probably the best laksa I've had in my life. I'm going to get back into it because that's delicious. Actually, before I go, again, tarik, big thing around here. This is some form of Singaporean iced tea. Oh my word, no better way to wash it down. Singapore, I love you so far. Now for a cheeky breakfast, we've come to Little India inside Singapore, by the way, and it's just a thriving, flourishing community of Indian people, Indian Singaporeans. The thing that I've noticed is quite interesting about Singaporean society is it's of course very diverse, very multicultural. The big ethnic groups are obviously the Chinese and the Indians, and as much as they live in perfect harmony and have assimilated together, they are very much still distinct in their own identity. There's not been much sort of interracial marriages in that sense, and the communities coming together. So
there's like these flourishing communities of Chinese spots and then Indian spots plastered all around. And then obviously in recent years, as different ethnic groups have been coming in, migrating here, they've created their own sort of spaces as well. Anyway, what we've decided to do is have a proper Desi South Indian breakfast. Most of the Indian community that have come to Singapore over the years, I'm talking the ones that go back centuries, have been from South India. And it's similar across sort of Malaysia and Indonesia, and that's why things like roti canai, for example, a staple now in modern day Malaysian food, is something obviously which comes from the south of India. So some of the food that you get in this part of the world, you'll notice, are similar to the stuff that you'll get in South India today. So what we have at the moment is some parattas and a selection of vegetables. So we've got like a sambar sauce, which is obviously quite common in South India and Sri Lanka. And then we've got two types of bhajis or sabzis. One I believe is some sort of, I want to say radish, I could be wrong. Another one is cabbage and carrots, and then we've also got a cheeky bit of chicken as well. So enough chit chat, let's get involved with this. I'm going to start with the chicken. That looks like a proper decent chicken curry. I love how they've got a little spread here. It looks like a vegetable thali for me to try loads of different things. Oh my word. Freshly made paratha, made this morning. I see the guy doing his thing. I'm going to dip a little bit in the sambar sauce. Oh my word. That is phenomenal. The sambar sauce is actually quite spicy. It's got good kick to it. Let's try the cabbage and carrot. Not too spicy and helps calm everything down actually. Let me go for the red stuff, which I still actually don't know what this is. I don't know. I think that's just red cabbage. But very nice. This is genuinely delicious. Good vegetable selection, good curry section. I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't have to try too hard to find this in South India, for example. It's not that unique in that sense. There's nothing Singaporean in my view about it, but it's absolutely delicious. And I love how easy it is to find great Indian, South Indian food when you come here. It's just such a melting pot, this country, and it's got the best food in the world because it's got a lot of Malay food, which I absolutely love. It's got Chinese food, which I absolutely love, and it's got Indian food, which I absolutely love. What's not to like? Something else a proper Indian breakfast would not be complete without is a proper desi chai. They make it fresh milk. It's got that lovely, almost gur, so jaggery kind of taste to it. So sweet, so refreshing, so aromatic, best kind of tea in the world. I love it.
Alright guys, Singapore is a bit of a dreamland for the dim sum lovers, and I am a dim sum lover, as you guys well know. I love my dumplings, so this is a bit of a great spot to come to, especially to get authentic dim sum that's halal. We've got some pretty good dim sum in London, but if you want like serious ones, you come to Singapore. I've been told this by many people. So the place that we've come to today is called Dim Sum Place, and this place is out of this world great dim sum experience. So we've got chicken and shrimp first. Look at that, done in the traditional way. Here we go. That is ridiculous. That is unbelievably tasty. So flavoursome. Good bit of chilli from here. Probably the best dim sum I've had, genuinely. And like I say, I've had dim sum all over the world, but this is absolutely elite. I'm gonna go spinach now as well. I'm gonna dip it in this sauce, which is more of a chili jam. This has literally got spinach integrated into the casing. I don't actually know what's inside. We're about to find out. There's shrimp in there, phenomenal. And I've also got a little bit of like a wasabi mustardy taste. I don't know where that's coming from, but it's very, very good. Next one though, I'm the most excited about because this might look like a standard dim sum, but there's two different types as you can see. There's two that are reddish, orange, and two that are white. The reddish ones are called mala dim sum, and they're basically spicy. They use like Szechuan spices, which are both spicy and numbing. They're the two sensations you get from them, but they integrate that into the dumpling. But this is basically the spicy version of the dumpling. And I'm gonna put more spice on it. Let's go. Oh my god. Texture of that is completely different to these two. That feels a lot more watery and moist, and it's sort of juicy as well in a weird way. Super delicious. I'm gonna try the white one with a little bit of this jam. It's literally oozing with moisture on the inside. Delicious, guys. You've got to check this one out.